And now, presenting from across the pond, it's the Squared Circle Relics Podcast.
Here we are, episode 18 of the Squared Circle Relics Podcast. If this was a pay-per-view, we would be Bad Blood 97, and I'm joined this evening, as we always are, Chris and Lloydy. Good afternoon to you. Oh, good evening, actually, boys. How you doing? All right?
And good night. Send the show there. Fuck it.
The full Truman Show. How are you doing? All right?
Yeah, all good.
Not bad, mate.
You?
Not bad.
Good. Yeah, not too bad. Not bad at all. And we're also joined. This is a nice little intro here for you. We're going to introduce our next person. He's been on the show before. Our guest this week, we have got Sam from Icon Trading Cards here for the whole show this week. Good afternoon, Sam.
My God! I almost forgot the fourth horseman.
Sam Cheer.
Go down here. Here we go.
Hey, thanks for having me. Pleasure to be back. Pleasure to be, reunited as the fourth man after a hiatus.
Sam Tops Tier.
That's it.
That's your
It brings
nickname.
a tear to my eye.
We're trying to work out when you were last here, but I think it would have been a long time ago since, like, one of our first episodes since you were first on. So,
Ep 9, I
nice
think.
to have you back on.
Yeah,
I think episode 9. I think it's been a good while, hasn't it?
Check the ratings. It'll be the one at the top.
So yeah, we've got lots to chat about with Sam this week. We're going to be having him as our big topic, going to be talking about his new release and obviously what he's got planned for this year as well, if he wants to divulge, of course, doing our top 5 as usual. But as always, we're going to be doing our normal bits and pieces as well. So first of all, really, as we do each week, we're going to do some news. What have we all been watching? Have we caught up with any AEW, WWE, watching anything different? What have we all been up to? Who wants to start us off this week?
Well, I mean, WWE. And we talk about Cody's promo. I didn't actually see Cody's promo. I heard that it was good. Any thoughts, guys? I'm bringing it up because I haven't seen it, so I can't really comment on it, to be honest.
Yeah,
I also have not seen it.
I've heard it was good, but yeah.
Okay, I'll put it one way. It was a good promo. It is a good Cody promo, of course, like he always has done, sort of putting that realism with sort of like his story life sort of thing. But the cool thing with obviously Paul Heyman obviously putting his 2 cents, and he's just amazing on the mic anyway, isn't he? But he was obviously tying in stories, obviously how he helped Dusty and ECW, and Cody was saying that helped the family from going bankrupt and all this kind of stuff. And in the end of it, obviously Roman Reigns put this boot in saying that he always thought that the other Rhodes brother was the best son, and Dusty told him that, and he's obviously putting that knife in to twist the back. So it was a good promo. It was good. It was I think it's going to be quite a good thing, obviously, seeing what happens, obviously, this weekend with Elimination Chamber, how that all falls in place, whether or not, we all know it's not going to be Sammy winning the belt, but how
Spoilers.
that ties in afterwards.
Oh, we don't know that. We don't know that.
Don't be saying that.
Whoa.
Spoiler alert.
Before we move on from WWE, can we talk about Seth's shoes?
The boots.
Seth's boots.
For the Mario boot.
What the fuck? I loved it, but what the fuck?
It's a brave look, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're-
It's like a
are they
new
like-
trend going around. I think they're posh boots.
It's like Uber Uggs,
Yeah,
or
something
like massive moon boots.
yeah, I've seen
It was
Lil
so
Wayne wearing them
weird.
as well this week.
Right,
So,
there you
yeah,
go.
There you go.
Who makes them? Are they like a brand, are they? Or are
I
they just,
believe
like,
so.
custom?
I'm not too sure. I just think they're like some sort of designer fancy boots.
Being red, are they boot-ons? They could
Maybe.
be.
They've got a red base on them and all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
But also with Elimination Chamber this weekend, are you guys going to be watching it? Or are you, obviously, a long time since it's been in Montreal, are you going to see what happens, or are you just going to watch clips afterwards?
I haven't got a clue who the fuck's in
I
it.
think the card looks weak. I know there's obviously the Roman Sammy thing, but I think the actual chamber matches are a bit leave it.
Well, the Chamber's for the US title,
US
isn't it? So that's
title,
not obviously
yeah.
going to be particularly...
There you go.
Particularly great.
That's why I didn't know.
I think Lashley and Lesnar isn't going to be terrific. I think obviously we've seen that before multiple times, haven't we? So
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon that I'll be watching just for the Sammy pop. I think him in Montreal challenging for the title, that's going to be worth watching the crowd for. But
yeah,
other than that, obviously there's not a lot going on.
No.
I forgot, Sam. You're a bit of a Sammy man, aren't you?
I am, just from the El Generico days and stuff like that. I've always thought he was a good worker and interesting to watch, and someone a bit different. Like, I do like him.
Cool.
Did you ever see him over here, like with 1PW or anything, or have you ever not had the chance to?
No, never saw him. Never. I went to a bunch of 1PW shows, and he wasn't on any of those. But no, I've never had the pleasure.
No, have you, Lloydy, or not?
I've seen Sammy wrestle loads, but I never saw El Generico.
Okay, no. Yeah, no, I've never seen him, like, not even in the US, I've never seen him live or anything. So, yeah, but it'd be interesting to see what sort of pop he gets really this weekend. And again, obviously, the Indies, I know, Lloydy, you've obviously been following the Indies a bit of Impact and stuff like that. Have you seen anything else recently, or?
Well, I saw, I actually paid for this, this show. NWA Nuff Said. Is that right? NWA Nuff Said.
Yeah,
I think
sounds
that's right. Oh my God. It was like a South Side show on steroids. And I'm not saying the wrestlers were on steroids. The show was on steroids, but I mean, it was the venue itself. It's like basically a gymnasium. It almost felt like it was so small and just out of place to what they're trying to achieve. Obviously, the wrestlers, it felt like a WWE graveyard. It was so many past WWE wrestlers on that show. It was ridiculous. They even got, oh God, what's Miz's old Alex Riley?
Yeah.
He hasn't wrestled for like 6 years. He's got bipolar, I believe. He is bipolar. And bless him, he just looked. He turned up on this show, on a pay-per-view show. He looked like shit and got beaten up. I'm like, why?
I think that's what Billy Corgan's going for, though, isn't he? He's like trying to like push all these big guys and sort of make it into this sort of league for those sorts of guys. But again, like, they've got no real star power, and they're just never going to go anywhere further than where they currently are. You know,
half the card looks like they're extras from Deliverance. It's just mad. Cardona match is what it is. He's always going to have run-ins, just not his wife anymore. So it was okay. I tell you that I'm big on production with especially indie shows, and their lighting was probably the best lighting I've ever seen on like not the mainstream, basically. And that's the only fucking positive I took.
How do you know a show was dreadful? The lighting was good. How was it? The lighting was perfection.
Yeah.
So it wasn't worth your money, Lloydy, no?
Well, just for the light alone, I spent another 20 quid on that. I just thought I'd give it a go. No, not for me.
So talking about lighting one venue to another, and you mentioned Southside there, obviously they're doing the Rev Pro show back at Stevenage. I think this is the first Stevenage show they've had, I think probably post Southside as well, and that was always quite a dark venue, but got some good names announced for it so far. Rich Swann and Lance Archer have been announced for it so far.
Yeah.
Are you tempted to maybe go to Stevenage show to see those sorts of guys, or is it still not enough to draw you back in and go and see sort of local shows? Obviously all of us, it's all within travelling distance really, isn't it, on the train and stuff?
I forget when it is, actually. It's March, isn't it?
Yeah, about 3-4 weeks away, I think.
I keep sending you the messages about it, Jamie. I just have no idea when it is.
I think it's my birthday week.
Okay.
Weekend in March, I think.
Yeah. I might have to give it a miss because it's the missus's graduation ceremony the week, midweek that week. And if I get COVID, I don't think she's going to be too happy with me. So
No.
I might have to give that one a miss, sadly. But I think it's great. You know, as I said this a couple of shows ago, the Indies are coming back, man. And to get those kind of talents over from AEW and Impact, lovely.
Yeah.
Keep it happening.
Good sign.
Yeah. 100%. I think this is, if you're going to give the Brit wrestling a sort of injection that it needs, I kind of think that you got to start putting these big names back on these shows to start getting that crowd in. Also, the price point is a lot more than it once was. you know, you used to be able to do that for sort of less than 15 quid, but nonetheless, prices got for everything. But I think it'd be, if you're going to go, it's well worth going to see those guys. And Rich Swan's been over the South Side a few times before as well, so he knows obviously the people there and stuff, so it's good.
The thing is with Red Pro, and I do love Red Pro, you know, they've done a lot for the scene, especially with New Japan coming over countless times, and I thank them for it. But they've always been London prices, because they're a London... Yeah, I know they originated out of Southampton, but they've always kind of been London-y prices, to be honest. So, and I can't see them going further down, and especially if they're getting the talent over, like they are, I can't begrudge them from putting it up a bit, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
But just go and support your local wrestling. That's what I say.
Yeah, 100%. And again, if you've not been to that Stevenage venue before, it's literally like on the main line, and the actual venue is literally just off the platform of the train station. You literally walk off the train and you're in the venue. Yeah. So, if you're on that main line between Peterborough and London, like, give it a go. Be nice to sort of see a few more of these shows crop up and hopefully get a bit more involved with it going forward. So yeah, I think that's pretty much covered, obviously, all the sort of main news in regards to wrestling stuff. So let's chat about, you know, what we're actually here to talk about. So been quite a busy few weeks with obviously conversations going on in the group and just generally things that were spotted. And the first thing we're going to talk about really is the Macho Man 1-of-1 auto relic card. Obviously, all you guys have now seen it. Does anyone know the background to this card, where it all came from? Is it a custom? What's the actual story behind it? Because it's a lovely looking card.
I don't really know, to be honest. All I know is that it's a custom card.
I think, I was just going to say it's definitely a custom, isn't it?
I don't know how it came about. So basically, it's a custom card with a bit of his jacket, which was signed, but the cut from the jacket goes perfectly onto a card, and it's very rare to have that being available to you, basically. So I can't remember who did it. Jamie, can you remember who did it?
No, I don't. So I know, obviously, I saw the photo of it, but I don't know who's actually done it or if someone done it on their behalf. But again, it is a really nice image. Like, it looks pucker. The signature is really clean. Yeah. And just the framing of it just looks really good. So, I'd love to know a bit more information about it. If anyone knows, you know, more info about how long I even had that jacket. It's a really nice piece and a nice way, you know, to sort of make a card out of something if you've got it. I don't know how I feel about maybe cutting up some ring-worn memorabilia to do that, but nonetheless, it's quite cool.
I've seen some people online who make some really cool relics and sort of custom cut cards with autographs and stuff. There's so many people out there who can make stuff that is up there at the same level as like Topps and Panini is absolutely nuts. There's a guy who does it on YouTube, and funny enough, he's got a video of making the relics for Zan Morning when he did some for his podcast, and he just they look so sharp.
Yeah,
nice.
Cool. I think especially some of these, we mentioned this before on the pod, like the Too Sweet Antique guys. Like, if you can make some really nice artwork to go with the cards, it just makes that relic pop that much more.
Just not Mark fucking Sterling.
You're not a fan, Lloydy, are you?
No. Story for another day, maybe. But it's not much of a story. I just think he's a cock, but whatever.
We'll do Lloydy's origin story of
why I hate Mark Sterling.
Story.
Did he represent you in a case and you lost? You were found guilty?
I've never got along with a guy personally. He doesn't know me, but I just can't. I'm not on board. I'm not on the Mark train, sadly.
Unless he appears at a Rev Pro show, and you might pop over and go and see him.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So moving on for Mark Sterling then. So
he's a big guy now as well. He's proper hench. Have you seen him? Like photos of him recently? Yeah. He's proper beast mode going on at the minute.
I don't know if he actually does any actual wrestling, or if he's just a manager, or I don't really know his actual background. Really, like, has he wrestled before, like properly?
Yeah. He's one of Brian's mob, isn't he? Yeah. He's out of Pro. Was it Crev Pro? Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So I don't know. We can't like everyone in the world, right?
No, exactly that. Yeah.
Especially that prick.
So we'll move on now on to some Panini stuff. So we've seen some things obviously appear in the group this past week, and I think we've got to the bottom of it. But we had Adam posted in the group about a football card that he had, thinking he had the one of one. Turns out there's other versions of one of ones, and there's obviously this conversation about whether or not he actually had the same card and it was duplicated, and all these kind of things. And I think we've established that they actually have different versions of one of ones, a bit like they do in the WWE stuff. So just a bit of a talking point with this, really. What do you think about having multiple one of ones within a set of that same card? Do you think it dilutes the one of ones? Do you think it actually helps the scene? Just a bit of a conversation piece, really.
I don't like it.
No,
no, I don't.
In all honesty, no, I don't like it. I don't like.
I mean, what is there to like about it?
I think if you pull a base one of one of somebody, you expect that to be the only one of one. You don't expect it to be another version of a one of one and another version of a one of one of the same card.
So if you look at, if you look at the wrestling side with Topps Transcendent VIP, and you open up the pack, they're all going to be one of ones, but they're multiple one of ones. They just have a different bordering, but that is the case.
Yeah, and they're clearly marked as VIP one of ones, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is with this, I looked at the checklist, and the checklist just said I think it was black one of one. I can't remember, but ultimately, I just think I don't know. I don't see why they've done it, to be honest. What have they achieved by doing it other than piss people off?
Yeah, and it's interesting seeing, obviously, that people, obviously in Adam's tweet and stuff, he obviously tweeted out Panini, and people had replied underneath and saying, tagging people, well, this is the same sort of thing that happened to you. So I think there's a lot happening, especially with this World Cup, sort of, the Ladies World Cup. But, I just thought it was an interesting thing, for me. I find it a bit of a weak thing to sort of do to make people think they've got, a bigger card than they have actually ultimately got, really, which is a real shame, really, to be honest.
Yeah.
I have a Shark Boy. Sorry, just completely cut you off there,
That's
Jamie.
fine.
I have a TriStar. Let me talk about Shark Boy.
You're such a noob, Sam.
Let me talk about Shark Boy. I have a one of one printing plate, the Cyan, and there is one on eBay in America, the exact same one. Cyan, one of one Shark Boy printing plate.
That's terrible.
That's fucked, yeah.
It's crap.
And it's like they're really shit because have you seen like the TNA printing plates? They've just got a paper sticker on the back that looks like it was made in Microsoft Word and stuck on with Pritt stick. So I'm just like, oh fucking hell! But I paid $4 for it or something, so you can't really be pissed off. But yeah,
no.
The thing is, with printing plates, that there's generally 4 different plates, right?
Yeah.
There's all the colours.
So you kind of, but when you see the same plate,
colour, like fucking hell. TNA.
Yeah,
there's probably 4 printing plates, and they just made one label that said Cyan. Boom, 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 done.
Get them out the door. We don't want them all. So no, it's interesting. I do kind of feel sorry for. I don't know how Adam currently feels about having that. Also, I think he was quite proud to have a one of one. I think that's what's pissed him off pretty much, that he's now found there's multiple versions of that same card, and they're very similar looking as well. Like there's very minor changes in it.
News just in, Panini is shit. Back to regular programming.
Well, no, we've got more Panini news now, Lloyd, so there'll be some more Panini shit stuff. So first of all, Immaculate will be talking about our big topic on the next episode. But again, it has been delayed again. So breaking news, Lloyd, he delayed once again. They're making a little bit of a habit of this, aren't they? I know they've had quite a quick run of sets over the last few months, but it's a bit annoying.
I think as long as it doesn't go any more than a small delay and annoying, but I think a couple of weeks, I can live with that.
To be honest, we're not going to be buying it, right?
Breaks.
They can take as long as they want to. They've been really good generally with their release dates, so we can give them one. You know what I mean? Like whatever.
Definitely.
And obviously we've had the checklist come out since I think we recorded obviously on that last Thursday, and I think the checklist landed on the Friday, so we did,
and we called that as well. We said that would happen on the show. We said it'll probably come out tomorrow, and lo and behold.
I think we were all kind of waiting for it as well, but we'll talk a bit more in our big topic and really do a big deep dive. But have you guys had a chance to look at some of the checklists? Is there anything in there that you're really excited about, and we mentioned I'm going to buy the product, but are you going to do any rips or what are you going to try and do with this? Because there are some really cool names in this set.
There's one name I'm going for across all breaks: Stan Hansen.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like that is, I mean, how they got that? Like, why would they get that? Like, it's just
really
mad,
cool.
to be honest. But it's really cool. And I'd imagine the break price of it is going to be quite cheap, to be honest. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to go it all in continuously until I get something, I think.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm quite impressed with like the triple autos that you got within the set.
Yeah, definitely.
The one that's really like shone out to me, and obviously the quads are really cool as well. But like, there's a Dudley's one which is like Devon, Bubba, and Spike, and I don't think we've ever seen a Spike auto in a set.
There's I was just going to say there's a quad one with the APA and X-Pac and Kane that I really need. So I need to get that.
Yeah,
I like that
cool.
one.
Yeah. Just the Undertaker cane as well, the jewel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Really, really cool.
This is kind of like Topps Slam kind of cards. These are like the cards you didn't think you'd kind of see. They've kind of made them, so it's really cool. And obviously the Bron, Dolph and Ciampa cards. Obviously, two-thirds of that card I really, really want in my PC, so I'll be going for that as well if I can. What about you, Jamie?
Yeah, I'll say I like the Dudley's one is a big one for me, which I quite like. I quite like that there's some sort of ministry ones in there. You mentioned obviously like there's a
few of them,
APA,
isn't there?
like,
Yeah.
one. Yeah, so you've got like Karma and Farouk are in there together. And I also like some of the other ones as well. They've got like the Bushwhackers jewel.
Finally.
We've obviously had them recently.
Yeah, but they've only
obviously
been
we've had that come
single,
through.
so this is their first dual one, which, I'm really happy about that, clearly.
Yeah, and there's some really cool like names that we haven't seen before. I think there's like Johnny Rod's has got an autograph card, and I can't remember the last time. Like, I don't think he's ever had an auto anywhere. So I'm really looking forward to it. Again, I think I'm just going to be getting into breaks and Razzies.
Yeah.
I might just do a couple of letter breaks and just see what happens. I think if you go into a half decent break, I think you're going to probably walk out with something you would hope. If you covered a few letters. So I'm really impressed. This is actually probably the most impressed I've been with a Panini release so far. Seeing the checklist and stuff, like there's a lot of new names in here that we haven't seen for a long time. And I mentioned obviously just before we came on air, there's like a Matt Riddle, Rob Van Dam dual auto, which obviously that's quite a unique auto to have, a bit of a odd parent, but still quite cool nonetheless. So
420, isn't it?
Yeah, 420. I wonder if they're going to write that on there, but we'll see. I'm really, really impressed. I'm hopefully going to be, doing a few through breaks and Razzies for that. But yeah, that'll be our big topic, obviously, next time round, if it doesn't get delayed further, and we should be about there. So we're going to move over now to Lloydy's Hole. It's going to be a new segment on the show this week.
One and only fucking time I'm doing that.
One whole wonder.
Yeah. Hole in one.
Oh,
Lloydy's
God.
hole in one.
So full disclosure here. So yeah, Lloydy message says, "Can we please allocate some time for me for a whole new hole for this week?" And me and Chris said, "Yeah, no worries. We'll scrap the nook."
I did not ask for this. This has been thrust upon me. It's fine, but
literally. So, Lloydy, over to your hole.
Okay, Jamie, play my music. So this is Lloydy's hole this week is going to be in two parts. A hole in two parts. So the first part, housekeeping. We're going to be changing up a bit of the show going forward. So what we're going to do? So on Jamie's corner, Jamie's going to be adding a new feature to his corner. He's moving about at the minute, so I need him to listen to this. Jamie, are you back on? There you go. So Jamie's corner, we're going to be adding a new segment to Jamie's corner. I'm calling it Stock Up.
Okay.
So Jamie's going to attempt to get a base card and trade it up to a 1-of-1. How is he going to achieve this? I have no idea.
Do you want a Shark Boy Britain play? I can hook you up, man. Genuine 1-of-1.
Can I go straight from the base to the 1-of-1?
1-of-1. Yeah.
Done. Anything.
The quickest trade, the quickest segment ever. So Jamie's corner will include Stock Up, which will be an attempt to do it before the end of the year, maybe, Jamie?
Yeah, and I'm not going to take the easy bit. I'm not going to do what Sam just suggested and go for a 101 printing plate. The idea was I'm going to try and do trades within the community, not pay anything other than postage, and obviously do trades that obviously people will do, but obviously they'll get a bit of a benefit as well. Obviously, that in theory we'll get some good trades going. But I'm going to try and work my way through, so it'll be like a base, then a 199, then I'll go up to go and just work my way up really. I don't know how far I really get. But obviously then I'll have like a relic and auto and just work through to see what we end up with really.
Cool.
Be a bit of a community effort. So I guess the question for everyone is really in the Facebook group or on here, I'll put a post up next week. What base card do I start with? Obviously there's a lot to choose from. I don't mind buying a base card to get started, or I don't mind just picking one out of my collection and starting with that.
It's got to be Velveteen Dream, isn't it?
Yeah. The only rule is I'm not starting with the Dream. I'm not going to want to trade with me. And it's a lost leader from there.
Just random, mate. Just random. Go for it. Just pick one and do it. So the one thing that we've said is that Jamie's not going to be trading on the Facebook site. So we want to keep it as a surprise for you guys as much as we can do from show to show, basically, to say this is what he's got now, and you can have goals, mate. What are you going to try and get next, kind of thing? And if there's anyone out there who has X, Y, and Z,
Well, I think I'm not going to tell you guys either until recording. So any deals I do, I can obviously do trade deals in the group, but I won't publicly do it. So I'll just message people and DM across stuff.
Okay.
So until I do it on the episode, I'll then open that up there, and then obviously then we know where we go from there.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, I just thought it would be quite a cool thing. Obviously, people used to do this years, and like have 50p and see what you can work up to. Can you get a Ferrari from 50p, sort of thing? You know.
If you get a Ferrari from a Valentine Dream base card, wow.
But no, yeah, I thought it'd be quite an interesting thing to do, and it gives me something else to sort of chase outside of orange flashes and red waves, because okay, that's fine, but it is not the most exciting thing to be telling people, I've got 40 left to go of red waves, you know.
So that's stock up inside Jamie's corner. Chris's Nook is going to be coming back, but Chris can do whatever he wants in his Nook, but there will be a part of the Nook which we're going to be adding. So we're going to be adding a new game that we're going to be playing. So the game, we haven't got a name for the game yet. Maybe listeners can give us the name for the game. I don't know. So the premise of the game is going to be whoever is hosting the show, they will pick basically what we're going to
like a topic,
purchase,
like a topic or like a theme almost.
Exactly, that's the word I'm looking for. A theme of what we're going to go and purchase. Then we're going to spin the wheel of doom and pick someone. So we'll all have someone to basically go and buy this for. Yeah. There'll be a budget as well. It's not going to be mad. We'll also have to probably buy it internally within the UK, unless people want to FedEx stuff and shit like that. I don't know. It all depends. And then probably not the show after, but the show after that, we'll then have them to hand, and then we will basically show each other, and then we can rate and see who is the winner, basically, of that competition between us. That person will get a point, and then we'll do points up to the end of the year, and whoever has the most points will get a trophy supplied by myself.
You know what points make?
Yeah, exactly. So we need a name to include that into Chris's Nook. What else is there? So we're going to be cutting down on our purchases as well. So we'll only probably do 2 or 3 purchases per episode each to give us time to do the new stuff that we want to do. And the fourth point, the last real section of my whole. So I kind of got bored last week, and the game that we're going to start to play, I thought, let's do it with the Facebook group for a laugh. So
see how mad the rest of the group are. See if they all match up to our mentality.
You know what I mean? See if they'd enjoy doing it, maybe. So, and I was getting sick on Friday night as well. Spoilers, you'd probably hear it in me. I'm vengeance again, so I'm not feeling great at the minute. But so I sent out a message on our Facebook site that basically said something fun. Find me something funny, amazing, or slightly twisted or kinky to buy for £25 or less. I'll buy it and it will go into my PC and you'll get a shout out on the next episode of the pod and become the first official liberator of the week. So I'm not planning to do this often. If I do it, it'll be intermittently. When I get bored, Lloydy's whole mic. Yeah, Lloydy's whole might come back to do this occasionally. We'll see. Anyway, so set the challenge. We've got quite a few. Some fucking weird ones, to be honest. Alan on the group said Mr. Butterman from BBM 95.
Alan's been sharing that card around a lot this past week as well. I've seen it crop up a few times and a few posts, actually. I think Alan likes that one.
To be honest, I'm more in the camp of JBL when it comes to small people. Toss them. I joke. Gordo said a Dominic Mysterio card. Fuck you, Gordo. Chris, Jamie, and Sam all recommended bits and pieces. Sam, David Dickinson.
It was over budget. You couldn't afford the Duke.
That's the thing, man.
It was. What is this person honestly thinking? Like 30 quid on that fucking thing as well.
I loved it though. I loved it.
Is it true rookie though? That's the big question. True rookie.
It was a real Bobby Dazzler.
So we need to talk and think about how we're going to get a David Dickinson card on Icon at some point. It needs to happen. Gary came up with a horrible canvas painting of Tony Khan.
I really thought you was going to go for this, honestly. Wet mark.
Oh, really?
I really thought you were going to do this one, yeah.
Oh, really? If he was shirtless with a wet flannel, I probably would have done. But sadly not.
Have you seen that Tony Khan thing? I don't know when it was actually done. It's like him painted the Ultimate Warrior, and it says like the man taking on the WWE, and it's like a picture of him like the Ultimate Warrior, like in full Ultimate Warrior gear. And you think Tony Khan must have fucking loved seeing that picture done of him.
Probably commissioned
it. Yeah, above his office wall. Do you imagine it?
Yeah. He's such a wet lettuce, man. I just can't believe. Like, good on him for what he does for sport, but oh man, no. Trav came up with a blinder last minute as well. China in China. So it's the Chronicles, one of the Triple H inserts with Triple H crotch chopping with China standing behind him. So the card was in China though, so I would have had to get it from China. There was nothing available in the UK or surrounding areas, so I couldn't really get it in time if I wanted to. I did like it though. That was a good submission, Trav. But the winner, oh my god, the winner! I love it. So this came from Brian Lyons. Thank you, Brian. And it was the 2010 Topps Luke Gallows WWE Wrestling card for number 10, I believe. It's amazing. So basically, it's Luke Gallows spatchcocking.
Full butterfly.
Full super missionary on Matt Hardy in the middle of the ring getting counted. I loved it. So I went out looking for that card. I'm a big SmackDown mark as well, and he knows I'm Bullet Club for life. So it hit all the criteria for me. I went out. I didn't really want to just get the base card. I went out online and had a look around, and I got the gold out of 50 as well.
Nice,
so for less than a tenner, including shipping. So that is now in the PC. I will share that after the episode drops on Saturday, I believe, Jamie. So
Saturday, yes.
Saturday. So when it drops, I'll put it on the Facebook group for you guys to see my very kinky and awesome and slightly twisted cards.
You liberated the missionary.
Yeah.
So with that card, though, did Luke Gallows do that as a one-off, or is that always the way he done that? I've never seen anything like that in my life. And what a weird image to use for, like, his base card for a set.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Yeah, I have no idea. But the title of this week's episode has to be Full Spatchcock. But I will say as well, so, Brian, you are the first ever and maybe the last Liberator of the week, but we'll see this. If we ever do make more cards, and I think we will, Jamie, we'll probably make it a Liberator of the Week card as well and give them out if and when we have winners.
Good shout, yeah.
So I'll make a note of it, Mr. Lyons, and thank you for that. It made my Friday night when you posted that. I've never seen that card before. How the hell you got that? I have no idea, but I loved it.
It was really good fun, actually, Lloyd. It was a great idea and got loads of funny ideas on there. So.
I was crying. I felt terrible on Friday. I was just like, oh God. And then, I was crying. So thank you for that.
Did you know straight away you were going to be going for that as well, as soon as you saw it? Like, did you, like, your eyes light up, or did it take a bit of time to decide?
No, I did think that's going to take a hell of a lot of beating, guys. I was like, someone's got to really try to match that, and I loved it. I kind of knew as soon as I saw it that was proper bang on trend to my my filth collection.
Agreed.
Oh man, that was really good fun.
Yeah, it was very fun, real fun. So that's the end of my hole. Music over.
Yeah,
yay!
boom. Cool. So we'll move on over now then into our purchases, razzes, breaks, misses, all the other stuff. And this is obviously our full length version of it this week. Is for the final time we're obviously going to do our extended purchases. So Sam, as you're the guest this week, we'll let you start off. Have you got any purchases this week? Any misses? What have you been up to in the world of cards this last couple of weeks?
I've got a few bits and pieces. On the side note of you talking about breaks and things, I have never been in a break because I've just never done it, and I want to. So I am going to hit you guys up after this and try and get involved in my first ever break. So I've been collecting for years and just never done it. So yeah, that'd be cool. In terms
when
of
you hit the big one, man, when you hit the big one, it's like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I've watched loads. I've watched so many, but I've just never been involved. So that'd be something fun. I had a miss, which was something I actually purchased and will work out to be Chris's benefit, because I bought a Gold Wave Mikel Antonio. As you know, I'm a West Ham supporter. Mikel Antonio auto from Probstein. I won it on auction, and they sent me the wrong card.
Did they send
They sent me a Maya Yoshida Premier Gold autograph in Southampton kit from 2017.
Nice.
So I got Probstein didn't reply, so I got a refund and kept the card, which is in my US mailbox. So there's a free gift there for you.
Awesome. And I love Yoshida, so cool. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. No worries. I was like, when I saw it, I was like, this isn't the right fucking card. And then Probstein just, because they have like 50 billion auctions running there. Yeah, nothing. But in terms of things I picked up that I actually bought, I recently got SmackDown, is it 99, the Hardy Boys autograph, their rookie auto. I picked one of those up.
Nice. You've been after that SmackDown set for a long while, haven't you?
I've been doing it sort of bit by bit, and then I saw that an Ivory sold in the group and I missed it. But that's sort of one that you sent me one as well, Jamie, on ComC that's been on there, so I might just pick that up. But I'm not far off now. I think I only need that, and the Hardcore Holly has one, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, I'm just missing those two. But yeah, I've just picked up a few bits of like small autos. I picked up a Cesaro to 25 from Undisputed 2016. That's sort of the green parallel. I like the green ones. And then actually one quite a fun one on auction, which I've got. It's a Pop 1 PSA 10 Lance Cade Heritage 3 auto, which I won on auction for like nothing. And I just thought, for someone who he died like 2 years after this was released, and this is a Pop 1 PSA 10. So I thought, can't really argue with that.
I like that.
And last I picked up Lloydy's favourite spiky autograph, Jeff Jarrett his his first TNA. So I sold my one I had one from, is it 2004, and I picked up this one because this is on card. So I just thought I'd replace it with the first TNA auto set. So that's quite a cool one.
So cool, man.
Yeah,
honestly, there's no love for that guy, and he deserves it.
Yeah, I thought it's super cheap as well. I think that's got to be his first autograph, because I doubt he had any before that. So yeah.
Oh shit! His dad died as well, didn't he?
Yeah, Joe.
Shit.
He was on Dynamite last night. We didn't discuss me seeing Dynamite this week, but he was on Dynamite last night, and apparently the reports are going out that Jerry Jarrett's wife said that Jeff had to go to Dynamite, and his dad wouldn't want him to not no-show a show because of his death. And you think, Jesus, that is proper like doing the whole pro wrestling thing, isn't it? Like, you have to go out. Your dad would be proud of you to still carry on.
They were estranged for a long time, though, weren't they? For like 10 years or so. Well, less than 10 years, because, but I don't know. Good on him. He probably did it to keep his mind off stuff as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Max Caster still managed to put it in a rap though last night, so
no shame.
No, exactly.
Yeah. And then, lastly, the wonders of ComC. I picked up the triple auto, back to Shark Boy, the Shark Boy, Curry Man, and Super Eric. It came up on ComC for $15, the out of 25.
Whoa.
Nice.
And I just thought, you can't argue at that price. And then just, but ComC is so easy. I find so much stuff on there that I can just then ship over. So yeah, when that popped up, because it was on their eBay as well, so it popped up, and I was just like straight onto ComC and got it. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it. Who's up next?
I bloody love ComC. On a side note, I cannot hype it up enough. Like, if people haven't discovered ComC, well worth always a check in if you're after like specific people and stuff. Like, always keep an eye on it. It's I think it's a mad resource for us. I think it's still quite under the radar to some degree.
Definitely.
You should see my wish list. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's great though, but
I think it's just so handy to have somewhere where you don't have to ship from, where like I can buy a ton of cards and then just ship them all. All right, their shipping takes a long time, but
it's just so handy, isn't it? Yeah, I agree with that.
When you check out, it tells you what number you are in like their dispatch queue, and you see how many orders they go through. Yeah. Last time I was like 180,000 people orders in front of me to process.
And they still get through it quite quick.
It's not that bad,
really.
is it? Yeah.
No.
Impressive.
I'd love to know how they store it all, because it's an endless amount of cards.
Yeah.
Like, where the hell and how do they? They probably use robots. I'd imagine a lot to sort it all out, but you'd need a big old. I just can't unless I saw it. I just can't get my head around it.
Yeah.
No. So to be like, I have to go find this card, especially like what I bought is a numbered card, so they need to find it's not like a base,
Yeah.
But,
I'm a bit advocate for ComC. I can't get enough of it, and it's a bit dangerous as well sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But I've got myself in the running order next as going up for purchase. Do you want me to go next, or do you guys going to leave me to the end? How do you want to do it?
Come on, Jamie.
Yeah, I'm happy to go.
Go for it.
So I've had a sort of a fairly steady week. So I've got to say thank you first of all to Sam. He picked me up a George Hackenschmidt Ogden's cigarette card. So that was a nice surprise. So thank you for that. So I've now obviously got the pair. So it's not bad condition though. You were obviously saying about the condition of it. It's not too bad considering obviously the age of it as well. I'm more than happy with it as it is. So it
looked a lot worse in the picture. Their pictures were not great. I don't know what it was. It looked like it had a lot more staining than it did. So no, it's quite for a card that's over 100 years old, you can't really argue.
Yeah. So
£3 as well. £3. It popped up. I was going to send it to you, but I was like, I just buy it. Like, someone's going to take it. It's like,
I was really chuffed. So thank you for that.
No worries.
So that was obviously a little thing that come through to me. And purchase wise, I've had a fairly quiet couple of weeks. Obviously, you mentioned on the poll last time my car broke down, so I'm sort of holding on to funds, waiting to see what happens with that. So, but I picked up the Sami Zayn Orange Flash, but I picked up the ringside one, so number 265. Obviously, Sami Zayn's prices are starting to go through the roof, and I thought, actually, let me pick this up while it's still cheap. So I picked that up for like $8. So I was like, yeah, that's perfect, really. So I picked that up. Also picked up another Championship Clash relic, and so picked up a Matt Hardy single color green relic because again, whenever they come up, I'll grab as many of them as I can, really. So that was like 99 cents.
Nice.
And then a couple of sort of odd purchases, really. I love the Tops on Demand set, and I wish I kind of bought them at the time. But I picked up the Steve Austin 316 set that they released back in 2020. So it's a 5-card set, and there's a bonus like Becky Lynch card on there as well. Print run is 137, so I've been waiting for that to come around, but I picked that up. And I picked that up for just over $30, and that was like my big purchase, really. And I've been wanting to that for some time, so I thought that was quite a nice pickup for me. And something I think, Chris, you'll probably appreciate this. I picked up a strategy guide for WCW Revenge. For people who don't know, obviously, there's actually a set of trading cards in the back of it. So they're actually trading cards of people as they appear in game. So there's like a Goldberg, there's obviously like Steven Regal, there's all these like guys in the back there. So I picked that up and came up on auction, and I literally got that for like less than $10. But it's a set I didn't realise existed, so I was well happy with that.
So you got the cards, or you got the strategy guide?
I got the strategy guide, and the sheet is in the back, uncut.
Nice.
So there's like the 9
That's
cards
awesome.
in the back.
Fuck, well done.
So so I was really chuffed with that. But again, that's something I didn't know existed. Obviously the guy put in the listing, trading cards and strategy guide. So I went on WTC and done some research, and actually Prima did that quite a lot for the WCW games.
They did it for the first one as well.
Oh, did
for
they?
The World Tour one, yeah.
Right, yeah. So I didn't realise, and I thought actually they're really quite cool. So I picked that up. So that's my sort of obscure pickup. But yeah, I was really, really impressed with that, and I'm looking forward to seeing when that comes. So that's my purchase. We could sort of a little bit of everything, really, just pickups here and there.
Nice,
cool. Right, I'll go next.
Go
on.
on.
I think there's only 3 things, but one of them's quite long. So,
Right.
So the innuendo. I do apologise. Sorry, Margaret. Sorry, Margaret. Sorry, but there is a reason for this. So let's go in with. So I went to EPAC and bought a box of Spectrum. So I know that we've slagged it off royally for many of a moon on this show. It is grey and it is boring. I get it. The thing is, I do think that we have Spectrum a tiny bit wrong. And the reason being is because it's really been off people's radar. And I've got a feeling that in years to come, I don't think the prices are going to be, but I think it's more so they are going to be sought after, because especially within the UK, because no one's really gone for
Nowhere had it.
It's been nowhere had it. No, nobody really did breaks. Only I
didn't see any in the UK.
A few people.
None in the
no,
UK.
not in the UK. Nothing. So I thought, why not? Let's have a box, see what happens. So I did all right. I didn't think I did great, but I got a few bits and pieces that I was quite happy with. So. And the trades that I did afterwards led to me the end of the story. So I'm very happy with this. So, but to get there, we need to start at the beginning. So,
are you sitting comfortably?
Oh, yes. So the big card that I got was a base card, and it was Butcher out of 10. So they call it Beach out of 10, but it's blue. You would have thought it'd be yellow, being a beach, but never mind. The gold is number 1. I don't know where they come up with that. Anyway, so I didn't want Butcher. It was a lovely card, but I didn't want him because I don't PC him. Who I do kind of PC is Sean Spears. So I was able to swap out the Butcher for the Sean Spears in the 10. So I've got that. Fantastic. Lovely stuff. I got the Anthony Bowens base signature. I believe that's his rookie auto.
It will be, yeah. Yep.
So happy days. I did get a oh god, what's her name? What's the girl that you like, Chris?
Bunny?
Margaret. The one with the weird autograph.
The Bunny? Oh no, Chris Statlander.
Statlander, yeah. So I got a base patch with completely black, had nothing on it. I had someone come to me going, "Oh, do you want to swap it? Do you want to swap it?" And I had a Chris Jericho banner, and he had another banner which was different to mine. So I thought, why not? So I got that from him for it, and then I thought, right, I'm going to collect all the banners. So I then purchased another 3. So I have 5 out of the 8 so far. There's nothing really to write home about. They've got splodges on them. One's got some white wording on it. It's not great. I will upscale for the other 3 and get some proper weird colorations on the remaining 3, and I'll get those for the end of the month. So for the next show. While I was looking though at the banners, there was one guy that had something, and I was looking into his e-pack. I fell off my chair. So let's spin back. So many episodes ago, I bought the Eddie Kingston penis card. It's a big black cock in the middle of the right on his waist, basically. And I'm very happy with that. It's one of my favourite cards. It's the top 5 relics of all time, for fuck's sakes. It's amazing. Anyway, when I was looking into this guy's e-pack, I found the bottom end of his shaft. So I couldn't believe it. It is an unnumbered card as well. So the one I've got is the 25 out of 25. So they must have just cut it and just put it onto the base. It's really weird. So I messaged the guy, just get his name up, because he does deserve a mention. It's Charlie Morrill. Anyway, sorry, Charlie, if I've butchered your surname there, I do apologise. So I messaged the guy and said, it's going to be a strange story. I'm wondering if you ever want to sell it. If you do, I will buy it. The reason it's strange, and I showed him the picture of what I have, and then underneath saying, you have the lower part of my shaft.
I thought that's how you were going to lead it. Excuse me, but you have the other part of my cock.
Yeah, the bags to my end.
He lost his shit. He thought it was the funniest thing ever. Good. And he just said, look, what's your e-pack? I gave him my e-pack name. He had a look, and he sent me a trade through for 4 of my base cards from Series 1 of DMD. I was like, oh my God, they're not worth anything really, to be honest, are they? You can't even redeem them. Yeah.
You can't transfer, yeah.
And I was like, mate, and he just did me solid. He literally said, you can have it, mate.
Oh, that's really nice.
So
that's really good. Yeah, that's really cool.
Honestly, I've never felt. I mean, we've talked about the bad parts of the hobby.
I was just going to say that, yeah, because he could have, no pun intended, he could have shafted you there. So make a bit of money here, but that shows there's some good people in this scene.
If he would have said 30, 40, $50, I probably would have paid it. Just for the comedy value alone. You know what I mean? But for someone to do that out of goodwill. I don't think it happens that often, but it's in the hobby or in any hobby or in life, to be honest. Yeah. But he did me a solid, and I'm forever thankful. And what a story for the show as well. So I was like, oh my God.
And just to come across it as well is unbelievable.
Hang on a sec. Sorry, Margaret. The innuendo never stops.
Oh dear.
But yeah, it was just so lovely, to be honest. And the only other 2 things, small things, but again, thankful. There's another good story here as well. So I did get a shout out to ComC again. I picked up a Bron Concourse purple and orange that I needed. Jamie, you said that the other day, have you got the Bron? I've got one of the 2 now, so happy days. Nice. I've got a lot of purple and orange on my wish list that I'm going to get at the end of the month as well. It's going to be an expensive end of the month, I think. And the other thing, shout out to Trav and shout out to Jamie. Crazy. I don't even know how this happened, really. So I've been looking for the Dolph Ziggler rookie card, and it's very hard to find, to be honest. It's not in a lot of places. it's like the 2009.
2009, yeah. Topps flagship 2009, yeah.
Yeah. So I told the ATP chat, I told Trav, and then Jamie, tell me what happened after that, because I don't really know.
Well, I didn't obviously see an ATP chat. So WTC have got a Discord channel. So obviously there's a buy, trade, sell bit. There's a bit we can just discuss cards. There's all sorts. And I normally go and chat to various people and stuff. But Trav put in there saying that he was looking for a Dolph 2009. And I just pinged him a DM and just said, just saw your thing on Discord sort of thing. If you want one, how desperate do you want it? Because obviously it's going to take some time to get to you, and obviously we still can't mail it out to the US. I said, if you need it urgently, you may want to look elsewhere, but I've got one if you want it. And obviously then it transpired, obviously, what
so obviously Trav didn't tell me about this as well, the Discord that he put on. I didn't even know anything about it.
No, so
I only knew he messaged me and said, don't worry, I've sorted it. It's coming in the post.
Yeah, and he was obviously, so I didn't realise obviously then filled in the blanks. So top man for Trav actually for looking out for you there as well.
Top man for both of you. Thank you very much. Honestly, it's honestly amazing. Thank you.
I haven't mailed it out yet. It's here, ready to go. But it's it's all yours.
I just can't believe how rare they are to find. They're nowhere. And thank you, Jamie.
That's fine. It's a really weird thing. Obviously, these like late, noughties top sets. People seem to have forgotten about them. It seems to be that everyone's been sucked in with the best of 2013 and all the Shield ones and, Chrome 2015 and Heritage and all that. But obviously, like those late cards are really quite cool. There's some quite good cards in those sets as well, really. And there's quite a lot of sort of rookie cards of the future that may also appear in there. Like Trent, for example, has got one of his early cards and stuff. Obviously, he isn't a massive name, but there's still cards that people may want. And we spoke about the that 2010 Platinum set as well, haven't we, in the past before? So
that's a lovely set. I love that set.
Yeah. So there's some cool inserts within those as well. We've mentioned those on our top 5 in the past, but my pleasure. I'm it's a nice little thing. Obviously, people trying to help one another again, isn't it? So
I feel very blessed. I feel very, very blessed. I've had a very good. I've been a very poor man this week, but health wise, but I feel very blessed to have a lot of lovely people around me. So thank you guys. Cheers.
I think on a nice side as well, obviously we had the chat on the show a couple of weeks ago about the bad side of the hobby. It's quite nice actually to bring a bit of light back onto the hobby, I think, really, which is always quite nice. So
yeah. Especially when you don't expect it. It's just like, oh my God,
Yeah.
Thank you. I can't say thank you enough. So go on then, Chris.
Come on, Chris.
Yeah,
finish us off.
A massive week for myself, this one. The first thing I can't even talk about just yet because it's something from 2003. So it might be in my top 5 later of 2003 cards. So I'll save that one for then. Other than that, staying true to what you've just been speaking about, I had a package from a good friend of mine. It was some Heritage 2016 cards. I posted the picture on our Facebook group of all the John Cena's for Dave. But yeah, it was from Chalky, so it was, I don't know, about 100 cards he sent me, free of charge. So yeah, big up to the Chalk Man. I'm 8 away from the base set of Heritage 2016 now, and the rest of which I have on my wish list on ComC. So when I do put my order in, I'll finish that one off. So yeah, really cool. Something else, wrestling cards worldwide. We see it a lot on all the Facebook groups and stuff, but this last week he had a deal, buy 5, get 6 free. I'm a sucker for these deals.
Yeah, I did. I did a tray ski with Michael actually this week. I didn't put him up personally. I've done a tray ski with him as well for some cards. But yeah, Karen, sorry.
Well, yeah, I mean that's pretty much about it. Because again, I can't really say too much because they're all from 2003. So I'm not going to speak too much on it. Just what I will say is 2003 is a hell of an interesting year for cards. And we'll talk about that later. I only got 2 more, so I bought some stickers, some more packs of the A to Z 2014 stickers, got like the yellow border. Uploaded a YouTube video of me opening these this week. So yeah, if you want to check that out, feel free. And the last thing, Whatnot Break. There's a half case of Chrome Slam and a half case of Fully Loaded. But I don't know any of the cards I got because I was asleep. The only thing I do know is I had Brett, Mankind, and the Ultimate Warrior. I nearly took Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then a fucking to 25 Fully Loaded auto came out of Austin. That's the only card I know that was hit. So a little bit gutted at that, but you can't win them all. So yeah, that's it from me.
You lose more than you win on break.
100%,
so,
100%.
Yeah.
And I didn't lose too much there, I don't think.
No.
So, and it's quite fun actually in my US mailbox at some point. Next week, just a load of random cards will be in there, and I'll get to look at them. So yeah, that's it from me this week. So yeah, pretty quiet one. Nothing too crazy in there.
You said about the stickers there. There's a guy I saw on Facebook who actually got an empty album of the 1998 sticker album we had over. I think it was just called like the Attitude Collection or something like that. But he's actually got an empty album, and he was asking for people overseas if they had any stickers for that album. I thought that's going to be a hard challenge to try and complete that at this point, isn't it, Jim?
Yeah, definitely. They're all quite challenging. This 2014 one, not easy to track down either. So,
well, people just don't have them, do they? Like they put them in elastic band and just get rid of them or dump them when they don't need them, and
stick them all over stuff.
Yeah, which is I am guilty of.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
But just something really quickly. I don't know do you guys follow like normal auctions for stuff, like for cards or anything like that, or do you sort of only look at eBay and stuff for wrestling bits and pieces?
I wouldn't even know where to look, to be honest.
You ask David Dickinson, and he'll point you to your auction, the auction of your.
Up, Sid, take me up. Down, Sid, take me down.
So a bit of a back. So I started obviously looking at auction houses after Sam was obviously mentioned these Ogden cigarette cards, and now obviously I'm now looking for them, and he was obviously giving me some tips and things on how to look for these things. But there was an auction on Tuesday night, an auction house in Derby, and it was listed as boxing, a collection of assorted boxing autographs mostly, and that's what it was listed as. Now, the auction itself was a reserve price of 30 quid. And honestly, there was 4 pages of autos, and I won't rattle them all off, but I'll give you an idea of the autos that are in there, and they're all named to the person, so they're actually legit autos to that person. So there was Austin, Hogan, Jericho, Mr. Perfect, Mankind, British Bulldog, Bobby Heenan, Triple H, there's The Rock, all these autos. I don't know how much this guy must have been or done these sorts of things.
Yeah, crazy.
But again, that went up for auction, and I think there's loads of names on there. Ric Flair. But anyway, that auction went for 300 quid, and there was maybe 60 autos in there. Like Prince Nassim was in there as well. Obviously, this bloke has spent so much money, like getting these autos and traveling around. But they're all personalised to me. You think, bloody hell, what a hell of an auction that was. Anyway, I'll put a crafted bid on there for 35 quid, and it obviously went massively. But yeah, hell of an auction. I don't know. Obviously, whoever picked that up, but auction houses. There's some interesting stuff on them sometimes. So,
how did you come across? Were you just looking at like individual auction houses, or is there like a site you can?
Well, you can't just type in like auctions. I just went auctions on eBay and just sort of on like UK auctions and stuff. I've not had much luck finding anything wrestling related on there, but it's the fact that this was marked up as boxing autographs, and you think there's a lot of wrestling names in there, you know. But like the British Bulldog one obviously was like his all-star one when he was like doing the UK shows like in the late 90s. So it was interesting, and it's like 300 quid. I think someone's got a steal there for all those autos, you know. If you're going to do a die-cut auto line, that would be the perfect thing to try and pick up.
Or even make cuts yourself. If you want to cut the guy's name out and sub him to PSA, they'll slab him as a cut.
Yeah.
You're killing me here, Jamie. This is the sort of stuff I love.
I'll send you the link afterwards. You know.
Don't piss off.
But yeah, that kind of is a miss. But I had no intention of winning that. I didn't. Obviously, you think I was going to get anything from that, but all right then. Well, that wraps us up for purchases and all that this week. We'll move over to our big topic. Obviously, Sam is here. Sam, you are our big topic this week to talk all about your icon trading cards and what you've got planned for at the minute, really.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. I suppose we should start by announcing what is going to be next. Sadly, not David Dickinson. Sadly, not Mr. Motivator Jamie, but but yeah, I'm excited to announce that sort of the line that I'm sort of now dubbing, and I want to be known as sort of British wrestling icons. The next in the line is going to be probably up there in terms of the same name as Kendo Nagasaki and sort of holding weight, and it's going to be Adrian Street. So someone who's not had any autograph cards, someone who really, really achieved a lot in terms of a British wrestler, and just someone who I think I personally am looking forward to getting an autograph card of. So,
and it's, you know, and that is a massive name. Obviously, we've chatted before. Obviously, like, you know, he's in the Hall of Fame, and it's amazing that he hasn't slipped through and had an auto at some point through this time period. You know, now
another
he's
one,
a WWE legend. And Leaf as well. Yeah,
didn't pick him up. But
considering he's, you know, the photography of him as well is really built for cards. You know what I mean? So I am a bit shocked, to be honest, that the name, the marketability of the guy,
absolutely,
it's just crazy.
And the other thing is, he lived in the States up until very recently. So if they wanted to pick him up, and you know, he was probably easy for them to get in touch with and to send them to. So he has been the nicest guy to deal with. He has been super friendly and really excited to do it. So yeah, that's hopefully cool. It's been a little while because I've had some more problems with the print and stuff, but they will be done in the next couple of weeks, and then I'll put it in the Facebook group, and I'll let you guys know as soon as they're going to be launched.
Nice. So when did you have the idea, obviously, to work? Have you had this sort of idea that you're going to reach out, and was it sort of a long thing you've had, or is it sort of come together quite nicely for you?
It did. He was another one of the ones who he was a bit harder to get hold of, but I managed to get some info for him, and then basically he had a Facebook profile, but you know when you think, I don't know if this is really him, so it's just some random, but it ended up I got in touch with him, and it was him, but so he was another one who was a little bit harder to get hold of, the same as with Kendo Nagasaki. It was quite a tough one, but as soon as I got in touch with him, he was straight away like, yeah, I'm definitely up for it. And
so
talking about, do you want to come up here and we can do it in person, or we're going to end up doing it through the post just because the way it's going to be, but he's going to do the same, take pictures of him signing it and of everything and that. So yeah, no, it came about really quick, but it took me a long while to sort of get a hold of him. But yeah, no, I'm excited. It's another cool card I'm looking forward to doing.
Yeah, it's one for the collection for sure, man. Yeah, it's 100%. Honestly, as soon as we heard about it, as soon as we heard about it, we were all really jazzed about it. To be honest, man, it's really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of the time, the guys who are the bigger names are the ones who, although I said it was harder to get hold of him, I still ended up being able to do it. But a lot of the guys who are current, you just don't reply and stuff like that. They're probably busy and stuff, but you know, the older legends tend to be more readily like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah.
Do you think that's also part of obviously being over here? Do you think obviously it's easier in the US being in the same country, but do you think having that pull over here makes it harder to sort of contact people as well outside of wrestling?
Yeah, I think so. It's just, it's always a wonder sometimes when you first reach out to someone if it's going to be them. You know, is this actually the right info? But luckily I haven't come across that yet. But you just wonder, you know, you got to make sure and stuff like that. I've been lucky with once I sort of got my foot in the door, and I was talking with, you know, Johnny Storm and Doug Williams have put me in touch with quite a few people, and they're always willing to help out. Those guys are really, really friendly and approachable. But
nice.
The one who has evaded me, I'll put out a public shout out for Jamie. Thought he'd cracked it. He thought he had contact details, but I got a bounce back as soon as I sent the email. I really want to do a Paul Burchill auto. I am just like such an FWA mark, and I just thought it'd be so cool, but I cannot get hold of him. And everyone I ask has said, I haven't
Mid-America, isn't he?
Yeah, we know he lives in Kentucky, and we know that he's we think he's a fireman and stuff like that, but he doesn't have any socials or anything like that. But we thought we'd
Have you tried his sister?
I didn't know he had a sister, Lloydy. I should be reaching out to you.
Do you know his sister, Lloydy?
No, he was trying to fuck her, weren't he?
Oh, Katie Lee Burchill. Yeah. Yeah,
that's what
yeah. I was like, I forgot about that whole that line. Yeah, Nikita.
That was bad, man.
Yeah,
but he's Paul the Pirate, man.
Sam was right though. Well, we thought we had cracked it. Like, I found a newsletter from like 20. I can't remember what year it was. Is that 2021 or not that long ago? Was it?
It was recent.
Was like Paul Birchall doing a blog, and it was like, keep your house safe this winter, and lots obviously like being a firefighter message to the community. It was like, there's an email address that must be the one. But obviously, it got a bounce back straight away.
Instant decline. So if you are in Kentucky and your house is on fire, don't email Paul Birchall because that shit's coming back.
I have family that live over in Kentucky, but I don't think that, extended family, and I don't think they'd be too happy going on the search for Paul Birchall.
Just send them. Say, listen.
It might be possible, if we can have achievements like Eddie Kingston within a year, I think we can achieve. We can achieve Paul Birchall, can't we? So
yeah, that's it. It's just a random, I remember just because I was at that age when I was, really first starting to watch indie shows. The Wrestling Channel was around and you could watch FWA, and then he got signed, and it was such a big deal to see this guy who I'd watched, on the indies and seen wrestle on the indies now on WWE. And I think, just to do an auto card would just sort of be a really nice sort of tribute.
It's weird that he just kind of disappeared into the ether, though.
Yeah. Everyone I've spoken to has said they haven't heard from him since 2006. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I just don't know. You would have thought he would be contactable somehow.
Yeah.
I just can't think of how we can do it, but we'll think. Let's have a brainstorm at some point and see how we can push it on. Need to.
So Adrian Street, then, when do you think we'll be able to get this on pre-order, and what's the next stages, Sam?
So if anyone wants one, they can message me now. They can find me on Instagram at Icon Trading Cards, or on Twitter as well. You can send me a message. They are going to be numbered to 50 again. Realistically, I hope they'll be done within. There'll probably be 2 to 3 weeks, something like that, and they'll be available. I won't be taking any payment until the cards are signed and back with me. But if you give me put your name down, I'll put one aside for you. But he's like I said, he's just been a pleasure to work with, so I shouldn't see any problems. He's also, if you've seen any pictures of him, he's like
hench.
Absolutely ripped.
Yeah.
He's still in
and
good form,
isn't he in his 80s now?
He's 81 or something.
81, 82 sort of thing. Yeah,
he's 81, and
crazy.
He is jacked.
Yeah,
that's all.
Jeez.
Yeah,
funny.
So,
yeah, no, it's really cool. And again, Sam, a really good sign. And just the level of who you've been able to sign so far. Like, what card number is this? Number 5 or 6 for you?
In terms of wrestling, it would be number 5, but it'd be number 7 in terms of the cards I've done. Yeah, is it 5? Yeah, we did Johnny Storm, Doug Williams. We did Kendo Nagasaki. No, this will be 4 in wrestling, right?
Number 4.
Yeah. And 3 in football, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, you've got some real nice names lined up. So keep on going with it. I think.
Thanks, man. I'm excited.
We all love seeing what's going to come out with these as they go along. So a real great announcement. So Agent Street coming soon.
Yes.
So we'll move
before
on.
Before we move on, we did say collectively between us we were going to say to Sam one thing.
Oh yes.
Oh no.
So you forgot about this, Jamie.
I did totally forget about this. Sorry. This.
Sam, it's time for your induction.
Oh no.
Into the ATP, if you accept.
Always, of course. I would love to.
Fantastic. Yeah. We haven't told the other lads, but it'd be a bit of a shock.
First note, who here knows Paul Birchall?
Get Tommy working, I tell you, man. Get Tommy working. Stop him going after these Japanese cards. Get him on the Paul Birchall. Yeah. That's what I say.
That'd be awesome, yeah.
So we'll officially
bring
induct
you into the chat. Yeah, we'll bring you into the chat.
Amazing.
And I don't know. Wes can send you something as a welcome. I don't know.
Your membership card.
My membership, my ID.
Wes, make up a membership ID, please.
We've been drip feeding you into the ATP as well. Like, you've had a couple of Velveteen Dreams. You've had a few bits and pieces. So
yeah,
you're well and truly included now.
I got a real nice one off of Lloydy. I got a patch auto of Velveteen Dream recently.
Oh, that's the original one.
Yeah.
That's the original one. That's
yeah.
Oh my god, that's horrific. Ugh.
Oh man. Well, welcome to the ATP then.
Thank you.
Cheers. Welcome, man.
Cheers.
Welcome. One of us. One of us.
So we'll move on to our top 5 for this week, and I think we say this all the time. I think we actually genuinely found this one quite tough.
Did you?
Did you find it
tough?
I really hated it.
I didn't think I would find it tough until I started looking and realised there was only like half a dozen mainstream sets that were released, and then realised shit, there's not a lot to pick from here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, in hindsight, I probably wouldn't have picked it, but it sounded good on paper like 20 years ago. What was that about?
No. It's a great idea,
but no, it was effing awful.
I like the fact that it was challenging. I just didn't like most of the product. That's the problem. Like, Chris, you're going to say that you've bought half of it, and great, but for me personally, it was it didn't resonate with me.
There is,
which I'm surprised about. I'm surprised about that because some of the cards.
Yeah.
So I think at this point, so Flair had obviously been doing it a couple of years at this point for WWE, and there was obviously this point where they're starting to stagnate a little bit. There was quite a few sets coming out that were a bit crap, but they obviously were still trying quite hard with some things and original ideas. But I think they were kind of falling into that sort of Tops trap where they were sort of pumping out so many sets, and obviously we had the same thing. Like Tops were doing the same shit over and over again, like Bray Wyatt, Shirt Relics, and the same sort of thing. And really, it was only a couple of years before they then lost the license, so really, it was a bit of a naff year for Flair. But we've still got some good cards. I think we've got a lot of interesting cards. So, Chris, since you've obviously delved into 2003 more than we all did, you get us started this week with our top 5, 20 years on from 2003.
Cool, yeah. So I will start off actually with one of the cards that the card that I purchased. So it is Title Shots. Have you guys seen these? So they're die cuts in the shape of like the championship, and then they've got the relic in there as well. I went for the Brock Lesnar one. Got a decent price on it. I can't remember what I paid. I feel like about $15. And buy it now on these is quite high. So decent deal on it. The one I initially picked for my top 5 though was Kane, because it's like it's got to be Kane. It was like the only one where I saw it was like a red patch in the relic. So I just thought it was a nice little colour match.
But is the patch a T-shirt though?
Yeah, it is. It's a red T-shirt.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Let's not go down that route, Dave. What are you going to say that he's not worn it?
No, not at all. I was just thinking, is it like, were they doing the patches back then? Because it's quite an early patch, isn't it? Yeah. And I was just thinking, is that T-shirt or is it part of the memorabilia?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So sorry, I was just double checking what the patch was, basically.
Okay. Yeah,
because I have seen them, and I have seen that one in red as well.
I think they're T-shirts.
Yeah, I've got the Kane, and it's like a red and white, and it is like his Canaanites one or whatever it was. He had like that era.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a unique Kane.
Cool.
But I think this is the first die cuts we ever had as well. So it's sort of quite an interesting one to pick up, actually. So it's quite a cool card.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Die cut. First die cut.
I did actually find some die cuts from 2002 Fleur, but they were really like whereas this is in the shape of the title sort of thing, these other ones were just the tops of them. I can't think what the set was. Like pay-per-views or something. Pay-per-view ones.
Oh, there is. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, WrestleMania 18.
That's it. Yeah, WrestleMania 18, and they're not great, but they did come out first.
It's an early die cut and early patch.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. Next one is
as well. Before we move on, with the kind of inspired the belt plates that we see. And stuff like that.
You could definitely say that. I've bought one of these, but I've not had it yet, so I've not had it in hand to have a good look at it. But yeah, they do look cool. Next is, again, another relic. It's the matte finish ones. Now, with these, I really like the border. So the border reminds me of the Titantron from that kind of era. Do you know what I mean? It's got the metal and then the bolts down the side. And there's some quite cool people in the set. It's like The Rock, Austin, Undertaker, Triple H. So yeah, those ones are number 4. Number 3 is, I don't know a lot about these. I'm waiting for Jamie to see if he knows any more about these. It's the WrestleMania promo cards. They've got lots of different shots. It was something like they came out every month. Was it every pay-per-view for a year?
Oh, mate, it is.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
something.
do you want to give the spiel now?
Oh, no. Well, yeah, it's up to you, bud. If you want to spiel it.
So this is a really hard set, and it is one of these ones that people will always overlook. But again, it's one of these ones for like the real nerds to go after. So in order to get a pack of cards, you had to order a pay-per-view, like aside at SummerSlam, for example. You had to order the pay-per-view, then send your cable bill to Flair. They would then send you a pack of cards back for that month. So it'd be like set 1 for SummerSlam.
Okay.
And then Unforgiven, you'd have to send your Unforgiven credit card cable bill to Flair to get pack 2. And then pack 3, all the way through till WrestleMania. So they're doing it every single month till WrestleMania 20. Now, 1 in 16 packs had a canvas card in it from WrestleMania 19. Now, in hindsight, I don't know how many of these actually surfaced, but I've ripped a lot of these over the years, and I have only got 4 out of 8.
Okay.
And I don't know anyone who's got a full set, but just the fact that to get all, say, 8, you had to buy every pay-per-view, then send your bill. Is this insane? I can't ever imagine sending them my Sky box office bill every month to get a pack of effing cards.
The 4 that you need, do you just never see them come up at all, or?
No, so they did come up. So I don't know if do you know guys know Chuckster in the US?
Yeah.
Obviously he's like he does a lot of base set stuff. So we've obviously spoke together. Obviously we're trying to help one another. But he has got the other 4 that I need. I've got the 4 that he needs. But I know that, not disclosing of the price of it, he paid like 3 figures for some of the relics that he's got.
Okay.
And like we've not seen them crop up since like 2004. Like he said, he's hardly ever seen these crop up. And it is really just a case of you can't really tell you've got a relic in the pack because obviously everyone's got 5 cards in it, and you want to get like the Flair. Thank you for buying this pack. So you really just got to keep buying packs and hope that maybe you might have a relic in it.
Yeah.
But again, they don't crop up that often on eBay and stuff. So
it's
going to be.
I've never seen the relics until because you did it in a video, didn't you? In the group, and I'd never seen the relics before. They were.
But also, the only ones that have ever done a WrestleMania 19 canvas as well, like. The other WrestleMania sets have never had 19 in it, so if you like that event, like you've only going to be able to get them in this set.
That's cool.
But there's some really cool images on this, and obviously there's some really cool stuff you can pick up from them.
Yeah, there are, and I think the image that I saw that I really liked, and it's WrestleMania 10, where Sean's jumping off the ladder, Sean Razor match. So yeah, that's the image that I would say is my favourite from those.
Yeah.
Number 2, I have. They were again relics called Mattitude, but then they had the superstar image, like the jumbo ones. Have you guys seen these?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, baby.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So yeah, really cool. I was outbid on one a few months back, one of the Hogan ones. So it just went. I didn't really go too high on it, but yeah, it just went a bit over what I wanted to pay. And then number 1, she had a big year in 2003. Let me tell you, she's on everything, and she probably
it was a year of Sable.
It was the year of Sable. She makes up a lot of my wrestling cards worldwide. Order, buy 5, get 6 free. So yeah, the one I've chose. Feel free to Google it. It's 2003 Flirt Divine Divas Auto Sable. The picture speaks for itself, as do many of her pictures. And I did manage to get, I didn't get the auto. The auto is extremely rare on this. But I did manage to get just the base card this week. So yeah, I was kind of happy with that. I'm not going to lie.
I think this was Sable's return year as well, wasn't it? Like, this is the year like she
kind of
sort of come back and everything
was
Sable.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, my number one right there. Who is up next? Is it Sam?
The newest member of
the
the
ATP.
Yeah. Awesome. I've picked up, funny enough, talking about 2003, before you even mentioned it, Jamie, I picked up 2 full sets from Michael Wells, the wrestling cards worldwide. I picked up the Divine Divas and one of the other ones. I can't remember what. He came at me like, I got all these full sets, do you want them? And I'm just like, yes. It's just like, I'm a sucker for a full set. I'm just like, all right, yeah. But so yeah, I'd been looking at 2003 a little bit. I'm going to start out at number 5 with Booker T. No, I'm fucking.
Fuck off.
I don't think he had any cards.
We've not had any. He's not appeared in the top 5 for ages.
Sam, you're out of the 80.
I'm out.
That was brilliant. Thank you for that.
No worries. I'd been planning it ever since I heard the last episode. I was like, well, that's happening. No, so at number 5, I've gone with a Sable card, but I went with the dress code relics. The reason I went with this is because that year with Sable, she doesn't have a lot of cards before or after, so it's really quite a, it's a really rare thing to see cards of her, especially like a relic or an auto. At number 4, I went with a card that I picked up not that long ago, and it's something I was going to pick your brains about, Jamie, because you know everything about these sort of sets. I picked up the Queens of the Ring Stacy Keibler, the jumbo card. I know there's other autos. Are they all jumbos, or is it just Stacy?
No, so I think she is the only jumbo. I think she was like a convention card.
Yep.
So I don't know if you guys have seen obviously before, like I've done that Trish Stratus convention card. I think it was pretty much that she was at the National Sports Convention and they said, look, if you buy the set of cards or you buy the box, then you can go and get a jumbo from Stacey. But again, that's quite a hard card to come by. What size is it? Is it like a 5x7 or is it?
Yeah, it's like postcard size. Yeah.
Okay.
Funny story, I didn't even know. I bought it as a Stacy Keibler. It was on eBay and it was cheap and it was a Stacy Keibler auto, like Flair auto. And I was like, oh, I'll pick that up for like my auto PC. And then when it came, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's ginormous. So yeah, but it's a really, really cool card because it's just absolutely giant for a trading card. So yeah, I went with that at number 4. And Stacey, up until recently, is someone whose auto you just didn't see. So it was another one when I bought it was before, she was in the fully loaded sets and stuff. So, you couldn't really this was the only option. At number 3, I went with the Divine Divas Sable Auto as well. Another one, like I'm saying, whose auto you don't really see, and that card is incredible. I really, really like it. If I see one, I will try and get one.
Are you a fan of Sable, like with her auto, or do you just only like when it's actually just in a single card sort of thing, or do you just like Sable in general?
It would be someone. It'd be someone. I try to pick up like autos of everyone, like in terms of not everyone, but people who I grew up watching and people I enjoyed watching. So Sable would just sort of fit in that category of trying to get her auto on a card, and then I'd sort of tick her off my list, like with the Stacey one. So I've got that card, and I'm content with that. I won't pick up any more of her autos. She's not someone who I'd pick up a lot with. But with Sable, what I do with a lot of people is I try and pick up the best one I can get. So with Sable, if I could find that one, I'd definitely get it, and I could just sort of tick it off.
There has been sitting on eBay for some time. There's like an uncut Sable autograph sheet from Flair, and it's got 5 of those autos still on the card that they didn't use. Oh, obviously, because they're sort of like that square rectangle, aren't they? Where they've just got like the card. So if you want an auto card that's quite unique, they've got like 5 on one piece.
Yeah, that's quite a cool set. That it's set in general because it's got like Gail Kim and Miss Jackie, like people you just
never see.
You never see. At number 2, I went with the WrestleMania promo cards. I think I'd seen bits and pieces, but we had quite a chat about them, didn't we, Jamie, a little while ago, about the relics and stuff. And I just think the lengths you have to go to get one of those there can't be
It
too
blows
many.
my mind. Like I said a minute ago, I can't believe I would never have sent my Sky bill. I don't think my mum and dad would let me send the Sky bill off every single month to some card company. Like, it just seems mad.
No, it got me remembering back in the day when you had to phone up to order the pay-per-view. Do you remember? You had to, and you'd be in the queue. Fuck, quick, God, all right, it's going to start in 2 minutes, and I can't get through. Just showing my age, but yeah, sending your bill in, that's dedication. But at number one, I went with the Mattitudes, the printed matte relics. I just think they're incredible. I've seen them in terms of had my eye on them quite a bit, but I haven't picked any up. But if I was to pick one, I'd probably go with The Rock. But him and Hogan, the two in there. There's an Austin in there as well, I think, isn't there? So there's there's so many names in there, but they're just so unique. That's the thing that they haven't been done. So yeah, I think that'd be number one for me.
Nice,
cool. Right, I'm up next. So a couple of rookies for 5 and 4. The first one's Amazing Kong. I believe it's a rookie. So that was on BBM True Hearts. So Awesome Kong, as we probably know her. I just think it's. I didn't know that her. Gonna have to say it. The true rookie. The true rookie is from back then, so it's pretty weird. I don't think she has another card until a good couple of years after that.
I didn't genuinely believe that she was even wrestling that early on.
I didn't know
I had no
that.
idea this existed. Yeah.
I was surprised when I saw that.
Pretty shocked.
Yeah.
I was pretty shocked.
Do we know if Trav and Tommy have got this early sort of BBM rookie? I know obviously they've got a lot of rookies for a lot of these people. Have they got that card or not?
Never asked.
I'm not sure.
No.
If you're listening, lads, I'm sure you will do at some point. You have let us know, because we don't know. We just don't know. So number 4 was Low Key BBM, which I'm pretty certain that's his rookie card.
Yeah, it's going to be on.
Both of them really big. Really, I mean, I've always been a big Impact TNA guy, and Low Key as well from old Ring of Honor. I thought they both deserved a bit of a nod for being, and I didn't know until I looked into it that their rookie cards were in there, so I thought I'd give them a bit of a nod on 5 and 4. Title shots number 3. It was a tough one, actually, because I like it and I don't like it at the same time. I respect for what it has done in the hobby, but I'm not going out and buying one personally. But I do. I think I like it more than I dislike it, but it definitely deserves to be on the list. Number 2 is the WrestleMania promo cards. It had to be on there. I obviously know the backstory of them, and it has to be on there. Very high. But number 1, the Mattitude printed jumbo relics again. Basically, Sam, we didn't know each other's lists, so yeah, it's quite funny actually. Our 1 and 2 are the same. I like them all. I didn't know that they really existed until 2 weeks, a week and a half ago, really. And I just lost my shit when I saw them. I haven't bought any yet, but I will be buying them. Scott Steiner is a definite certain for my collection. I think the printing's done really well.
Yeah, really cool. Really cool.
I am so surprised they got such, it took on those mats as well, on those canvases so well. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, so yeah, 100%. Jamie, you're last out of 4. You're going to be covering a lot of old ground, I think.
I think there's going to be same sort of conversations here. So slight difference to you guys. I'm a big fan of Raw Deal. I quite like the images on there, and I quite like that it's like unique angles of stuff. But I put the Raw Deal Brock Lesnar promo. Again, this is quite an early Lesnar card. Would have been at the beginning of 2003, and you can pick this up quite cheaply on eBay if you're a fan of Lesnar. Might be one that people haven't noticed before. It's a good studio shot of Lesnar. Again, it's a promo card, so I'll put that in as number 5. Number 4, obviously we've all mentioned it, the Mattitude cards. again, such a unique thing. Never been attempted since either. Like,
yeah, that's something I wanted
they've
to
not
ask.
tried to do this at some point.
Is there? Yeah, no, I can't think of anything.
No, I don't even know what they would have used, because I can imagine it would be a right pain in the arse to do. But then again, you think, well, actually, how would they? I don't know. It's just a really interesting concept. I would like to maybe them do something like that in the future. Imagine, I was thinking, like those patch cards they did for some time, didn't they? Like with the logo patches.
Yeah.
They could have done something like that, couldn't they?
Yeah.
But yes, I'll put the Hogan at 4, just because again, it is some cool names, and Hogan's a cool image on there. Number 3, from the WrestleMania 19 set. Again, Divas featuring quite heavily this week. I've put the Tori Wilson Diva Las Vegas relic card on here. So this is a bikini one. It's sort of quite sparkly. It's got lots of glitter in it and stuff like that. But it is a low number. So there were 2 cards for this. There was a Dawn Marie, which is just so I think like 1,300, and the Tori Wilson was numbered to 150. So it's very low numbered. So put that as number 3. Again, people may have slept on that one, so that's quite a cool card.
Slept with who?
We're going back to Lloydy's hole. Number 2, this one is one that Tommy brought to our attention ages ago when we've done our first relic.
Yeah.
I think this might be episode 2, maybe.
I think it was.
Obviously, we knew about this card, but I didn't even know it was 2003. So well done, Jamie, for remembering.
Crazy,
yeah, well, obviously I had to do some digging, but yeah, I didn't know this card existed until that point.
Yeah.
Again, a BBM one. This is the Kojima nose tape relic. A nice little bit of nose tape there, and it's like the full length across the card. So I don't see those crop up very often either. But yeah, if you're a fan of nose tape, definitely go and check that one out.
If you're a fan of nose tape.
What are you into, mate? Oh, I like nose tape.
Very niche.
I love the nose. I love the nose tape, but it's just not the right colour.
Yeah.
It's not the right girth.
Yeah.
Oh dear. No, it's a bit weird though, because they did for some time as well do like wrist tape, didn't they? I know Topps done like some low numbered wrist tape cards. Again, never taken off. So number 2, the nose tape relic, and then we're finishing off. I'm going to put WrestleMania 20 promo cards in here as well. I've gone for one of the relics, one that I don't have, and it's my favorite match in the card, and that's Jericho versus HBK. There's not actually any images anywhere online. WTC don't have an image of this card. So, whether or not this will ever surface, I don't really know. But, that rounds up the top 5, really. So, I think we can all agree it's quite a tough week, a slim selection. But I think there's all things in there that we like across the board, really, isn't there? That there's some interesting stuff.
Yeah. I just don't. I think my fear was to not look like an idiot. Selecting the stuff, not to miss anything that's like really like fundamental that we're, you know what I mean? But I think we got quite.
There was something I found online, but I mentioned it to you, Jamie, but I couldn't find any pictures and stuff. If you look I looked on like WrestlingTrainingCards.com at 2003, and there was a BBM auto set, and it had some big names in it, like Jushin Liger numbered to 50. Shinsuke Nakamura, the Great CK. Like, there's some really, but I couldn't find any pictures or anything about this set. So that was something I thought would be quite interesting if anyone's got any pictures to send across. But there's nothing I could find.
No, and again, I've always tried to look out for logo cards, and I've never seen any of these sort of ones crop up. You see the Leaf ones crop up all the time.
Yeah,
but,
there's like Steve Corino's in there. There's some really. Taka Michinoku, there's some really cool names in there, but I couldn't find any of the cards. So if I haven't seen it, I couldn't list it as like on the top 5. Like, yeah.
And again, though, I may be chatting to Tommy again. Like, he may know more about this. Like, did it ever make it out of Japan or anything like that? But there's some cool cards we've picked out there anyway. So, So I think we're all done with top 5. Is there any honourable mentions, or are we pretty happy we've covered 2003 in its fullest and we won't look at this again for another 10 years?
Any from you, Dave? No? The only thing that I really wanted there to be a cool card of or something was, do you know the Danbury Mint, the gold kind of cards?
Yeah.
I looked through and I was like, there's got to be a cool like first appearance in this. 2003 was a terrible year for Danbury Min. It was ECW guys were kind of cool, but just not cool enough to make it into the top 5 in my opinion. So nothing else for me. Jamie, anything from you?
Have you guys ever held those Danbury cards in hand or ever seen them?
No.
I've always thought about picking one up.
I think I'm
I've
going to, I think I will. After I spent a long time looking who came out in what year and everything, I wouldn't mind a Steve Blackman or someone like that. So, the Lethal Weapon.
I don't know if it was Danbury Mint, it might have been, but they used to do, this was like in the late 90s in Burger King, you could pay extra for a Pokeball and inside was a solid Pokemon card.
Yeah, that blue one or something.
Yeah, so I had one of those. I don't know if they were Danbury Mint, but that's as close to a solid gold card as I've ever been. Burger King Pikachu.
I just don't know whether or not like the image like stands out. Like seeing on eBay, they don't look like they stand out at all, but they might be. I
think when you see it in like in front of your eyes, sort of thing, I think they look a lot better. But then I was looking more and more into them, and there's a few where you're like, why have you chosen that shot? Like some of them look possessed and stuff. So hit and miss.
Just sockets in the eyes.
Yeah, I mean, fuck me, lads. I think between us we can afford one. They're like £8 on eBay for a Steve Blackman. I mean,
they're not expensive by any means.
I think you should start with a Danbury Mint, Jamie, and then trade it up to a 1-of-1.
Try and get one of the Panini Bullion ones.
Yeah.
Oh man, cool. Should we mega 5 this? I think we've exhausted top 5 for 2003. Yeah, let's do it. That's the 30 seconds. So the countdown clock done. Let's mega 5 this. I think we can probably assess where we're going to be putting 1 and 2. So let's start with number 5. What do you want to start off at number 5? Who wants to start off the conversation?
So 1 and 2. Should we do 1 and 2 and work way back? Because I think it's just going to be easy.
Fine.
I mean, the lists are Mattitude 1 and
promo
WrestleMania promo 2. I mean, Sam and I both have it 1, 2. Mattitude, you've got it as 2, Chris?
Yep, 2 on mine, yep.
And 2 and 3. And then Jamie has the promo at 1 and Mattitude at 4.
Yeah, I'm happy. Obviously, you guys have all had that higher than me, so I'm happy to have Mattitude as high as you want, really.
Yeah, I think that's right, but I don't know, the WrestleMania promo card.
Has Jamie sold us on them on his, he's explained them to me essentially, but do you know what I mean? Has he sold you on the rarity of them and the fact that you had to send your bill and maybe a little bit more sought after than the Mattitude? But with the Mattitudes, they were to 99, right?
Yeah, they're hard to come by. Well, they weren't in many packets, so they're not as hard to get as a 20, but they're still the hardest part of that entire set. I've not got any in mine, and I've never tried to get them either.
I think keep it Mattitude 1 and promo cards 2, but we're obviously going to review this at the end of the year, so we could have a mind change.
We might have bought
also,
some.
please come to the end of the year review, this time. You know what I mean? Like, you need to be part of this. So
that'd be awesome. No, but I think you're saying. I think the WrestleManias are rarer, but I would prefer to have a Mattitude personally. I don't know. I just think that looks so cool. Like,
it knocked me bandy. When I saw it. I was just like, how have I never seen this before? What is going on in my world?
And it's like Jamie said, I'm surprised that they haven't been done again. So,
Yeah.
Really cool.
Number 3, obviously we've all had title shots in relatively good position. I think title shots definitely maybe needs to be, maybe 3. We've all had it listed on there. And then do you want to stick stick a Sable in there. Obviously, we've had Sables in there as well. Loki.
Yeah.
I don't know if the BBMs. Do you want to count the BBM rookies? What do you want to do, really?
I don't really want the BBM rookies. I think personally, for me, I would say the Divine Divas, also for Sable 3, the title shots 4, and 5. I'm just thinking what 5 would be. Fuck it, the tape.
Yeah.
Nose tape.
Yeah.
We always have something kind of comical in 5, right? 5. So why not 5? Fuck it, the tape.
The fetish spots. We'll go.
Okay, working our way through.
But I'm just thinking, like, what else could we put into 5? Like,
and Jamie's got it at number 2 on his, so I think that's a shout.
That is unique as hell, man.
Yeah.
Like, if I had that in front of me right now, like on eBay, and it was a good price, I'd buy it.
Yeah, I think I'll pick up like these kind of things. Or, there's always been like John Cena trainer relics and stuff. Like I've always thought like obscure relics have always been quite cool. So we go nose tape at 5, Sable Auto at 4, and then we're going to be going title shots at 3.
No. So title shots at 4.
Title shots at 4. Okay,
and the Sable at 3.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's one on Chris. It's 1 on Chris's list and 3 on Sam's list.
Sable Auto at 3, 2 we're going for 20, and then number 1 we will go for the printed relics.
Yeah,
nice.
Boom.
Okay, all done. Tidied. Mega 5 complete. Nice. Okay. Well, that pretty much brings us up to the end of this week. What do you want to do for top 5 next time round?
Whose week is it? It's Dave's week.
It's mine.
Oh, it's Lloydy's. Okay.
It's all mine. So next time round, the top 5 is going to be best John Cena cards. I was dismayed that nobody gave me on last Friday a John Cena card to choose from. So I thought, fuck it, we're going to have to do this at some point anyway, as just to get out of the way. So John Cena cards, I'm going to hate it. Every single selection, I'm going to hate it. But why not?
There are some cool Cena cards out there over the years.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think there is. I think he's done some really good cards. But
20 years once again. 20 years of Cena.
20 years of Cena. God, I just want to get out of the way, get out of my life, and then we move on from there. Fine. So yeah, all cool.
Cool. Okay. So.
And the big topic will be immaculate potentially. We hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it should move anymore, should it?
Yeah. If not, I've got an alternative topic we've discussed earlier on before we started recording that we'll do. But yeah.
Yeah, I think Immaculate would be good. We can do a full breakdown. Hopefully we've had a bit of a dabble.
Yeah, we've watched some breaks and seen some, so yeah.
Nice.
Sweet.
Cool. All right then. Well, let's go round the table and do our plugs, goodbyes, and all that kind of stuff. So I'll do the usual stuff. So if you want to find us over on Facebook, again, feel free to hop into the group if you're listening to the show. We're at Squared Circle Relics Pod on Facebook. On Instagram, you can find us at Square Circle Relics Pod. Again, we are trying to do pictures every day. Been a little bit slow this week, but again, we'll try and pick that up into next week.
You're doing great, man.
Yeah, I haven't been doing it every day. Yeah.
CSG showing you some love, weren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, had a bit of love from CSG. Oh, we forgot to mention CSG again on the show, actually, about ComC and CSG.
Yeah.
So talk about that next time round. So.
I'll put it on the notes.
So obviously we'll
news. 1 month later, breaking.
This is it. The Queen is dead. The Queen is dead.
London Bridge is down.
Yeah.
So you
could never say that we're a news show, could you? I mean, fuck me.
I don't know how many times we've missed that now, but it's been a couple of minutes.
Yeah, it's two in a row now we've done. Yeah.
Let's get out of the way really quickly now.
Should we
ComC, if we got ComC, you can now submit from ComC straight through to CSG for $18 or something, isn't it? So, anyway,
it's not a big topic to cover. You know, it's good. You know, it's a positive. It's a positive
thing, but the only on a few people's parts is to worry if you've not seen the card in person and you've not had a chance to look over it. It's a bit of a gamble, but you know, it's still an easier process, so might be worth it still.
Yeah. Especially for your e-pack stuff, if you want to send it straight off for submitting, like just go for it to get it secured. You know. Yeah. Anyway,
shipping costs as well and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't put it on the notes for next time.
No, please do. If
anyone wants to chat about it, just hit us up. We'll talk to you about it. It's fine. Okay. And again, if you want to find me on Twitter, I'm at Jamie Stock on Twitter. Just chat to me on there. I'm quite happy. And that pretty much is it, really. If you want to like and subscribe to us, please do. It all helps. And if you want to leave us a review, again, that all helps us out massively. We had like our, bits and pieces in our data come through, and we're obviously blown away all the time by, reviews and things that people have left. So thank you very much. It's very kind of you. And that pretty much is all for me. I'll hand over to you guys and you do your plugs and whatnot.
Go on, Chris, you go first.
So, Cambridge Trading Cards, Instagram and YouTube, as always. Latest videos, as I said earlier, I've opened stickers. I've got a few more sticker videos coming. I've done the Premier League stickers, as me and my son are collecting those. So, little look at those. Very nice quality of sticker this year on those. Really real upgrade. Another random one coming to my YouTube channel, Men in Black cards. I spoke to Jamie about this during the week, so I bought a box of Men in Black cards and opened that the other day. And yeah, really fun, nostalgic and stuff. So yeah, that will be up in the next couple of days. And then other than that, it's just Amatex Chrome. I've opened a few more boxes of that as well. Yeah, it's about it from me. Dave, has anyone messaged you on Instagram this week?
No,
fucks.
Not one.
God,
not
no one messages them.
Every week. D_Lloydy boy, just come and say hello. Just once. Just once. That's all I want. Just once. Just one person just to go, you know, mate. I'll be like, yeah.
Listen to the pod.
I thought about messaging you myself, but I didn't think it doesn't hit the same, does it?
I think that make him feel worse when they have someone who already knows.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But that person will get a shout on the show, and then it'll be hilarious. But one day.
We haven't had any famous people like our Insta posts this week. Actually, it's been a bit quiet.
I'd say your CSG one was cool.
CSG one.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, okay, cool. We'll take that.
Yeah. If you want to do a partnership, CSG,
yeah, we're all
yeah, we can. You can be our sponsor. Why not? Be hilarious. Go on then, Sam. Do your thing.
Over to me. So you can follow me on Instagram at Icon Trading Cards. I am Icon Trading Card, non-plural, on Twitter because of character limit. So sort that out, Elon. And then, but just drop me a message if you would like an Adrian Street card, and I will sort that out for you. I really appreciate everyone who bought the Kendos. It was a crazy week with just like the amount of postage and stuff. I really appreciate it, and luckily everything all went smooth with them all getting sent out, because that was the time of Royal Mail not wanting to do deliveries. So but it all went perfect. So yeah, if you want an Adrian Street, drop me a message. But that is how you can do it.
Lovely,
nice. Well, I think that rounds us up. Anything else anyone wants to add, or do we just sign off for the night and head off?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
No, let's go. Right, we'll see you all in a couple of weeks. Again, we'll do Immaculate on the big topic, and we'll see you next time. See you later.
And fuck John Cena.